point in time, and you already, if you've been in Hex for a little while, you could probably already feel this, a little bit. That like at some point in time, for people of that much wealth or that got into a system that early, such as I think Genesis block of Ethereum, they become numbers on a ledger. They just become numbers. They just are like almost unbelievable numbers. And the game in a lot of ways, when you really start, like, you've cashed out, you've made a lot of money, you're super rich or whatever, you spent it, have a nice house, but then the game changes because you've still got $60 million sitting in a wallet there, or $40 million sitting in a wallet. How do you cash that out? Well, it's liquid. Like Ethereum isn't liquid enough to just cash it all out. Can't do that. You just can't. You'd crash the market of the investment that you have. So then you start to diversify and play with that and move into some other things and maybe build other products up with your investment. You become like a venture capitalist of the Ethereum, ecosystem, in that regard. So like, how else would you start to extract value from systems? Well, Hex is a really great way to do it. You'll be making interest by, through your stakes, so like, you can actually build value in whatever you have put into it without actually having to extract value from the system directly at all time, the entire time, which, I mean, it's something that in crypto hasn't really been there before. Before that, you'd have, like, the way that somebody's going to extract value is by dumping those coins on someone's head. I mean, and not to say that you'll not sell interest, but I mean, I talk to a lot of Hexicans who are of the mindset that because of the rareness of T shares, which is really what gets you your Hex, your daily payout. People that want to continue to keep as much of their T shares as possible, even after a stake is over. So a lot of people that I know plan on restaking their principal and trying to keep as much of their T shares as possible. Which, I mean, like, the more people can keep money in the system, it just supports this. It builds the base for everybody else. I mean, it allows more room for people to get in and out. It's awesome. I mean, so long and short of it is, I think that it's a great thing that this guy is interested in what we have here, and is playing around with it. And I mean, and Johnny Chaos said something in one of his videos today that I really liked, where he was talking about how, like, I mean, if somebody is going to put that much sizable amount of money in and has so much extra to play around with, there's a high likelihood that, even if there's big dumps on big payday, they might be an active buyer. They may want to defend their investment. And like, when you're that big of a whale and can actually affect the price of something as nascent as the Hex market is, like, you might defend. And like, and build your position. I mean, that's we like Silver was saying on his video, we may see a Poseidon in the making. It's a possibility. So I'm fine with that. I'd love to see that. They obviously have long time horizons. If you look at their wallet, they've been in since the Genesis block on Ethereum and haven't dumped it all, and haven't even dumped most of it. Haven't even, like, the most of what they've spent it on, a majority of what they've spent so far is Hex. So like, that's great. I mean, you really could. I mean, could you draw it up any better? I don't know if you can. I really don't know if you can draw it up better.